Starting today, we're beginning a new series on constructing auxiliary circles. In many geometry problems, no circle is given. However, by analysing the given conditions, we can often construct a hidden circle. Once that circle is revealed, the problem becomes much easier to solve. Today, we will start with the first model, constructing an auxiliary circle using equal distances. This model is very straightforward. It comes directly from the definition of a circle. We know that all points on a circle are the same distance from the centre, and this distance is called the radius. Therefore, when several equal length segments share a common endpoint, we can construct an auxiliary circle. Now, let's look at a problem and see how this model works. First, we examine the given information. Because O is the midpoint of BC, we know that OB equals OC. We also know that OA, OC and OD are equal. Together with OB equals OC, this shows that A, B, C and D are all the same distance from O. The angle ABC is 60 degrees, so we move point A to satisfy this condition. Our goal is to find angle ADC. We can see the point D is not fixed. It can move freely as long as its distance from O remains the same. As you can see, point D can move like this. It can even move to the other side of A. In this situation, we can consider drawing an auxiliary circle to reveal the hidden relationship. Because A, B, C and D are all the same distance from O, they must lie on a circle centred at O. First, we construct this circle. Why do we need this circle? Once we have a circle, we can apply circle theorems to help us solve the problem. Now, the diagram should be much clearer. ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. According to the cyclic quadrilateral theorem, opposite angles are supplementary, therefore angle D is 120 degrees. Now, we move point D. We can see that as long as D stays on this arc between A and C, the angle remains 120 degrees. Now, we continue moving point D. When D moves to the arc between A and B, these two angles are no longer a pair of opposite angles in the cyclic quadrilateral. In this case, we can apply another circle theorem. Angles standing on the same arc are equal, so this angle is 60 degrees. As point D continues to move, this angle remains 60 degrees. When D returns to the arc between A and C, this angle changes back to 120 degrees. In this way, we have solved the problem by applying two basic circle theorems. You can see the difference. Once we have this circle, the problem becomes much easier to solve. If you are unfamiliar with these circle theorems, check out the video above where we explain these theorems and their proofs. Now, here's another practice problem. ABCD is a rectangle with known dimensions. Point E is a variable point on side BC. We fold triangle ABE about AE to get triangle AEF. So, the position of F is determined by the position of E. As E moves, F moves with it. The problem asks us to find the minimum value of CF. The key to solving it is to understand the path traced by point F. No matter where E moves, F is always the reflection of B in the line AE. Therefore, AB is always equal to AF. So, as E moves, F must always lie on a circle centred at A. Once this hidden circle is constructed, the key to the problem is almost revealed. Now we connect AC. We know that the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So, AF plus CF is greater than or equal to AC. Since our focus is on CF, we rearrange the inequality to isolate CF. Using the Pythagorean theorem, we find that AC is 10, and AF is the radius of this hidden circle, which is 6. Therefore, CF must be greater than or equal to 4, so its minimum value is 4. Equality occurs when A, F and C are collinear. In that case, CF equals 4. That completes the problem. The calculations are actually quite simple. Everything depends on whether you can identify this locus circle. Alright, that's all for today. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.